Men are often recognized, defined by, and identified with their more aggressive traits. However, the truth is that men possess a great capacity to be sensitive, caring, and benevolent individuals. For men are connoisseurs of art. They appreciate the aesthetic appearance of nature, enjoy listening and creating music, finding humor in the absurdities of life.
Do you see those two weevils, Doctor?
I do.
Which would you choose?
I would choose the right-hand weevil. It has significant advantage in both length and breadth.
There, I have you. Do you not know that in the service, one must always choose the lesser of two weevils?
And take delight in the company of others. These aspects represent the most hidden and secret part of masculinity. The archetype of the lover. This essay is a culmination of my reflections on the book King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. In their book, they describe the 4 masculine archetypes based on the work of psychoanalyst Carl Jung. Jung proposed that the human mind is not a blank slate at birth, but contains some sort of basic code that guides us through life. This code is expressed in our dreams and in our popular art. Men in the archetypes of the warrior, the magician, and the king served as protectors of the weak and the innocent, starting with themselves. Men often conceal from the world the parts of ourselves that we perceive as weak and fragile. The lover is often directionless, lost in his own dreams and fantasy, rather than dealing with the tasks at hand of the warrior or the responsibilities of the king. The pursuits of the lover may seem trivial or counterproductive to the other archetypes, yet the lover's goal is no less fulfilling. That's why the lover remains one of the least understood and represented archetypes. To navigate through the many layers of love, I'll be using the 8 different categories of love described by the ancient Greeks, starting with agape, selfless love, brotherly love, or non-erotic love. The lover's origins lie in the opedal child archetype from childhood, which I discussed in a previous video on childhood archetypes, where the child's understanding of love stems from their initial bond with their mother. As the child matures into adulthood, they must differentiate their love for things from the love that they hold for their mother. The love for one's mother is a universal trait in humans, forming the basis for spirituality and religious devotion to a particular deity.
Birth of the sun, and of his brother the moon, their mother died. So the sun gave to the earth her body, from which was to spring all life. And he drew forth from her breast the stars. Stars he threw into the night sky to remind him of her soul. So there's the Cameron's monument. My folks do, I guess.
This lover is especially attuned to nature, seeing themselves reflected in every living creature. They recognize that spark that lives within all living things, valuing this spark above all else.
What do you think of Negroes?
Well, if you mean the race, I don't really know. See, to me, there never was any difference.
None at all.
I haven't known that many men. Look in the eye, there was a man. There was a divine spark, as my mother. That's all there is to it.
This profound connection must sometimes be set aside to allow the warrior to fight or to hunt for their own survival. Next is Ludus, or playful love. This is the friendship stage, the friend zone, or a platonic relationship, more emotional than physical. The beginning of a fun-loving relationship often involves joyful playing and teasing.
Not gonna tell him.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, I like it. It is a good plan until her water breaks all over Robert De Niro's shoes. My shoes! Hey, there's all this baby goo on it.
These shoes? Hey, on these shoes? Did you puke on my shoes?
Parties are celebrations of life and the appreciation of others. Children express affection through play, and this love takes creativity, which is within the lover's domain.
What I love about Nicole, she makes people feel comfortable about even embarrassing things.
Hey, you look like you care about animals.
She really listens when someone is talking.
What I love about Charlie is undaunted. Charlie eats
like he's trying to get it over with and like there won't be enough food for everyone. A sandwich is to be strangled while devoured.
However, this type of love can wane in long relationships if not nurtured. Happy, enduring marriages often exhibit this playful aspect towards each other.
I have a number of men friends and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You only think you do.
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
They do not.
Do too.
They do not.
Do too.
Some relationships, despite our own desire to move beyond this phase, will remain in the dreaded friend zone.
Well, we'll see. I'm taking her to lunch today.
Oh, whoa. Don't do that. Okay, don't do lunch.
Why?
That's like the express lane to the friend zone. When a girl decides that you're her friend, you're no longer a dating option. You become a complete non-sexual entity in her eyes, like her brother or a lamp.
It's a reminder that, while we cannot control whom we fall in love with, we also cannot control who reciprocates that love. However, loving someone doesn't necessarily mean physical procreation. It can also involve fostering qualities in others through adoption, fellowship, and mentorship. Eros. Romantic love, sensual, passionate love. Derived from Ludus, Eros represents romantic and sensual love. The lover's purpose is creation, to form relationships, discover purpose in life, and ultimately procreate for the advancement of our species. While the creation of human life traditionally belongs to females, the male lover is driven to create beauty in the world. He invests immense effort to perfecting his creations and might become possessive of them.
Hey.
What?
I just want to take another look at you.
When the lover becomes enamored with something, the intensity of that love may be likened to the attraction felt towards a person.
I can't believe you changed it again.
Oh, I changed it a little bit.
Yeah, why?
I just played it the way Busoni would have played it if he'd altered Liszt's version.
And what is wrong with Bach, the way Bach would have played Bach's
Bach never wrote it for the guitar. In fact, we're not even sure Bach wrote it
Forget
at all.
I asked.
This intertwines the creation of art with the continuation of life, for the lover is the creator of life itself. And while sometimes this creator may need the courage of the warrior,
You're an idiot. I've been sitting over there for 45 minutes waiting for you to come and talk to me. But I'm tired now and I have to go home. And
but should not view what they love to be a prize to be won.
You like apples?
Yeah.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
The lover may want this love to remain as it is. Taken to an extreme, the lover would wish to preserve this love and not allow it to change. But that would also destroy the very thing he fell in love with. If you truly love something, you must be willing to let it go, because sometimes that is the only way it can survive.
They've got you trapped, Rose. And you're gonna die if you don't break free. Maybe not right away because you're strong, but sooner or later, that fire that I love about you, Rose, that fire is gonna burn out.
It's not up to you to save me, Jack.
Only you can do that.
Well, the lover is a great power for creation and the continuation of life. It is also destructive in this
Honey, we never
way.
said that. That may have been your assumption, but we never expressly said that.
We did say it.
Thought that if Henry was happy here and my show continued, that we might do LA for a while.
I was not privy to that thought process.
The only reason we didn't live here is because you can't imagine desires other than your own, unless they're forced on you.
It is love that creates the child that will continue our species and survival in the world. It is also the love for that child and our fellow man that allows us to live in peace and allows us to work together to better our chances of survival. Mania, obsessive love. The destructive nature of the lover leads to the shadow lover. Among the various shadows, the shadow lover is likely to be most familiar. The shadow lover is split into two poles, one active and one passive. The active one is known as the addict. while the passive one is known as the impotent lover.
I'd already lost. You didn't love me as much as I loved you.
What does that have to do with LA?
The addict is frequently portrayed in popular culture, often associated with masculine traits, obsessed with things they love.
It's all crack, you know, you feel young, like whenever someone's in front of you. Fades and you gotta get high again.
Addicts cannot find satisfaction and are often lost and isolated. If the addict truly loves something, it would provide purpose and meaning to him. However, instead of fulfillment, their addiction only leads to self-destruction.
What are you doing? There's enough bang in there to send us all to Jesus. I'm gonna die. I wanna die comfortable.
Addicts will often take unnecessary risks to themselves and those around them in order to fill their undying thirst for their drug of choice.
Hot shit. You're a wild man, you know that? Huh? Yes, He's a wild man. You know that? I want to shake your hand. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
The overwhelming addiction to mind-altering substances often stems from a sense of loss or loneliness, a search for your central self. It's a retreat from the world, from oneself, and from the other archetypes.
3 years other than ask for some money.
Have you been drinking?
I was drinking.
Just leave, Will.
Leave the house that I paid for. That's what you want me to do?
I'm calling the police.
Call the police.
Confronting your shadow is crucial for a person seeking to overcome addiction.
I'm Jack. I'm an alcoholic.
Jack.
Drug addict.
A journey often central to recovery programs. The shadow is bipolar. When not consumed by addiction, the individual is trapped in the negative pole of the lover's shadow, the impotent lover.
I want to hear you say that you don't love me. Because if you say that...
Incapable of connecting with others, they feel lost, alone, without direction.
But I'm asking you to put your feelings aside for something more important.
Do I have to hear again what a great man your husband is, what an important cause he's fighting for?
It was your cause, too. In your own way, you were fighting for the same thing.
I'm not fighting for anything anymore except myself. I'm the only cause I'm interested in.
They struggle to find meaning in their existence and are unable to love or care for themselves, let alone others.
I don't love you.
Sorry, Owen. Fuck you, Will. Really, fuck you. Thanks for saving my life. But we didn't have to go out looking for trouble to get your fucking adrenaline fix, you fuck.
Restless and constantly seeking the next conquest or adventure, the addicted lover might continually pursue new partners or become engrossed in pornography.
Was it just once? Oh, okay. So she caught you once, which is why you're watching it on your phone at school, because you're hiding it from her. Then she caught you a second time. I don't know. Am I right? I'm just guessing, but... Oh, God. You're like a junkie. You can't stop. How often do you watch it?
Every guy watches porn every day.
Oh, all right. When was the last time you went a day without it?
To counteract the shadow lover, a man must engage with his passions at appropriate times and find constructive and creative outlets to share with others. Lovers, in the form of artists, can become irritated when they feel like their art is not being properly appreciated, for they see their art as an act of love that is not being properly accepted.
I've been waiting to talk to this prick for a long time. Okay. I am not cloying. I am not needy. I don't care what you think. You're not getting to me. I'm not needy. Chocolate lava cake is not just undercooked chocolate cake. That's not what makes the center molten. You take a frozen cylinder of ganache and you set it in the ramekin so that as the outside...
Engaging in a community setting allows the lover to immerse themselves not only in their obsessions, but also in the mutual respect of individuals valuing their creative contributions.
I might not do everything great in my life. Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best husband, and I'm sorry if I wasn't the best father. But I'm good at this, and I want to share this with you. I get to touch people's lives with what I do. And it keeps me going, and I love it.
And I think if you give it a shot, you might love it too.
Philia, self-love. No man can truly love another unless they first love themselves. This archetype drives a man to love life, intertwining survival and connecting him to all living things. This sensitivity to the world allows sympathy and empathy.
This girl's like fucking perfect right now. I don't want to ruin that. But you're perfect right now. Maybe you don't want to ruin that. Well, that way you can go through your entire life without ever having to really know anybody. My wife used to fart when she was nervous. She had all sorts of wonderful little idiosyncrasies. You're not perfect, sport. And let me save you the suspense. This girl you met, she isn't perfect either. But the question is whether or not you're perfect for each other. That's the whole deal. That's what intimacy is all about.
The true lover finds peace within himself and nature, understanding their place in the world, and are content with this existence. They find deeper meaning in daily tasks, expressing love for those around them.
Nothing gave Buttercup as much pleasure as ordering Wesley around.
Farm boy, polish my horse's saddle. I want to see my face shining in it by morning.
As you wish.
Farm boy, fill these with water. Please.
As you wish.
That day, she was amazed to discover that when he was saying, as you wish, what he meant was, I love you.
Storge, familiar love. The lover is the silent and content aspect that relishes life's small pleasures. They find joy in quiet walks in nature and the observation of the natural world. Connecting with nature, the lover sees a part of themselves in every living being. This sentiment also extends to one's home, tribe, country. Pride in one's nation forms the foundation for the warrior's courage in battle.
About how someone offered him a boat cloak on a cold night. And he said no, he didn't need it. He was quite warm. His zeal for king and country kept him warm. I know it sounds absurd, and were it from another man, you'd cry out, oh, what pitiful stuff, and dismiss it as mere enthusiasm. But with Nelson, you felt your heart glow.
Much of a person's passion, love, and food is rooted in their childhood nostalgia. Whether it's familiar foods or the smell of a baseball mitt, the scent of freshly cut grass on a playground, these all evoke in a person love.
Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez became a neighborhood legend. It was in the greatest summer of my life when he taught me how to play baseball, and he became my best friend. And he got me out of the biggest pickle I'd ever be in.
Men particularly exhibit passion and devotion to their own sports teams that they rooted for as children.
Poor Ben had become one of God's most pathetic creatures, a Red Sox fan.
Careful, kid. They'll break your heart.
Filia, affectionate love. Love in the psyche or the mind. Love between individuals is a profound moment in life. Just as physical attracted couples tend to find intellectual equals as mates, individuals seek those of similar intelligence and wisdom. Beyond equality, a man desires somebody who challenges him, for achievements hold no thrill without trials.
I love you.
How do you expect me to respond to this?
How about you love me too?
How about I'm leaving?
How about this way? I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Pragma, enduring love, ethical, unconscious. This type of love requires years of commitment, endurance, and presence.
It was just as though not a single day had gone by.
She was just as beautiful as she was at 16.
He was just the same.
It ages akin to a fine wine maturing over time. There is no replicating this depth of love. It demands that you endure the journey of a well-lived life together.
Seems good today.
She is good.
Daddy, come home. Mama doesn't know us. She doesn't recognize you. She'll never understand.
We miss you. This is crazy. You live in here?
Look, guys.
That's my sweetheart in there. I'm not leaving her.
Couples who pass away within short time periods of each other embody the physical manifestation of pragma, of their love, so much that they somehow take it from the physical world to the non-physical world. Sometimes the lover archetype might seem to counteract the other archetypes. However, it is also a great unifier. The purpose of a king, a warrior, and a magician is interwoven. By directing the primary object of each of our 4 masculine archetypes, the framework of masculinity starts to take shape. The warrior establishes dominance and presence. The king provides order and blessing.
England is under threat of invasion. And though we be on the far side of the world, this ship is our home. This ship is England.
The magician guides lost souls, and the lover ignites passion.
Grandpa, maybe you could come over and read it again to me tomorrow.
As you wish.
This has been a production of Minimum Effort Media. There are new videos here on the first Friday of every month. If you would like to own the book, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, that was discussed in this video, feel free to do so using the link in the description, which would help benefit the channel. I also am hosting a giveaway for this book with each video I release on the topic. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber with notifications turned on and leave a comment down below for me to randomly select. Terms and conditions are in the description below. The winner from the last video is on screen right now. Please contact me at The Lazy Stoic across all social media so I can get your contact information. Thank you all for watching.